Absolutely. I did actually. I did because I'm trying to find a couple, and then I got to find some good ones out in California. I have a couple referrals hopefully coming. So.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was. I've been up there since Sunday, and this week was such a breakthrough week that I'm excited to get back now and get going.
Nice. I love it. How's everybody else doing on here? We got a few faces. Mike, Jesse, we got some screens with no faces. Jessica, Lucas looking at you. Casey looking at you.
And everybody
There
on
we
here
are.
from the office, we're all going to be
I'm
echoing.
driving.
For each other.
That's right. Oh, are you driving back from camping, Jessica?
No,
Oh, are you?
Just doing things.
Just doing things. Gotcha. Gotcha. There's Maggie. All right. Love it. Now, if only we could get our fearless leader on here, we could start the show.
It's running around getting his water.
Yeah. Classic.
Hey, exclamation point. I am in a meeting, but I will call you as soon as it's over. Smiley face. Talking here.
Oh, Shenandoah, you're missing the party here.
I hear you. I can't get it to open up on my computer.
The office Wi-Fi is down. That's why there's some delayed folks coming on.
Huh. So what's going on in the office today? Anything exciting?
Just a bunch of people gossiping.
Gossiping.
Hey, everyone, give us a second. We just lost internet at the office, so we're all trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing here. Give us one second.
I can only get it to open on my phone, not on my computer.
Yeah, I had to turn off Wi-Fi completely and getting it on my phone. So I'm going to reach out to Vince and see what we're going to. Here he comes.
There he is.
Something every day, Vince.
All right, team. We're up and running. Bear with us because it seems that right at 12 o'clock, the internet in the office died. But we're going to pivot. And we're going to deal with it. So sorry for being a couple minutes late. And we are just going to kind of wing it because I'm on my phone now and don't have the PowerPoint on my phone. So we'll figure that out as we go along. And I don't see everybody that's on here. I'm sure there's a lot of people on here. But thanks for joining us. We'll be rocking and rolling here in 2 seconds. All righty. Here's what we're going to start with. I bet we already know what we're going to start with. Let's start with some gratitude. 2020 has been the year, right? It's been one of the craziest years. And we're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff today. Some of it being your numbers as real estate agents in the Charleston office. And we're also going to hear from somebody that's absolutely crushed it this year, who's up in Charlotte, I believe. And we're really excited to bring him in to the fold so that we can learn how he crushed it in his first year of real estate. His name is Adam. So I'm really excited about that, but we have a packed day, so we're going to get right to it. But let's always, as we always do, let's start with some gratitude. Who's got some gratitude that they'd like to share and fill a bucket for somebody?
Buckets.
I'll start. I got Krista. Thank you, Krista. She's always there to help and get things done. I had to get something proofread over the weekend so I could send it to a customer, and she did it and got it back to me in time, so we were able to get a sign off on it. So thank you.
I love it. I love that, Wayne. Thanks for sharing. Who else?
I'll give a shout out to Joseph for helping me stay calm over a rough water, and the leadership team for, again, always cheering me on. And it's just fabulous. Everybody here is always such a great cheerleader, and really appreciate Joseph and the team for guiding me along a tough one. Thanks.
Love it. Yeah, and you are crushing it. I think there's if I remember correctly, there was a little bit of a slide in there for you, and hopefully the slides eventually come on. But I know that you capped this month, so congratulations to you, Sarah, and thanks for the gratitude. Who else? Give me another.
Yeah. How do I do
Joseph,
that?
Now that you're talking, Joseph, you get to give some gratitude.
I'm very grateful for technology and how good I am at it.
Yes, I can tell. I love it. Anybody else? Give me one more before we move on.
I'll do
For
one,
our
and
major
it's
sponsor.
just very recent. Greg just helped me. I am terrible at my P&L, just terrible, and I want to be better organized. And I've been talking with Greg about it, and he's got a great resource that he uses to outsource that. And I just got off the phone with him. I'm signing up, and I feel like lighter already, knowing that my P&L is going to be like under control because Greg gave me that great recommendation. So thanks, Greg.
100%. Our ALC finance chair knows what he's talking about when it comes to those P&Ls. We love him.
They're gonna announce all the office. That's the guy we met in.
And who do we? So I think I'm going to move on. I think we have a sponsor. Let's give. I think it's Ross. I'm not sure who he's with because it's not on the PowerPoint here. But who's our sponsor? Is Ross on here?
Yes, I am on here. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Ross. Why don't you take a couple of minutes and tell us about you?
Yeah, I was actually, if I could have the ability to share my screen, I would give you like a real quick slideshow. If we're not able to do that, I can still do it really quick and just kind of show you guys on camera here. Right now, I don't have the ability. Oh, here we go. Just got it. So it makes it even better.
Yep, I got you, Ross.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it'll actually make it a lot easier because I'll go a lot quicker because I can just kind of run through the slides. But first, while I'm getting the screen up, just to introduce myself, my name is Ross. I work for a company called Reminder Media. We've been in business about 17 and a half years. I've been here personally about 5.5 years. I'm one of the senior marketing executives. And basically, like at the core of everything that we do, it's just to help you guys stay connected with your database to generate more referrals and transactions. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. I know we're getting some feedback, so if you're talking, can we just mute a couple of people? But you guys should be able to see my screen here. I'll do it really quick. I'm not going to do the whole slideshow like I normally do. Like normally I go over all these statistics, and I'll just tell you guys really quickly, basically what we found is, and you guys probably already know this, majority of your business should be coming from repeat and referral. That's where referrals count for 60% of real estate agents' businesses. So having said that, again, most people always ask me, well, okay, Ross, we get that you help us stay in front of people, right? What we're trying to prevent basically is you driving, through the neighborhood and seeing, like, through your own neighborhood and seeing for sale sign on the lawn with another agent's name on there, right? I've heard all the stories. People tell me they log on the MLS and seeing the name of a friend listed with another agent and things like that. So basically that's what we're trying to avoid and trying to help you guys. And in particular, right now, we are doing two of our best editions. It's the holiday edition that we're doing. And then we actually have the New Year mailer as well coming up. So again, I'll kind of just skip to like the actual product itself so I can show you guys. So it's called American Lifestyle Magazine. And then we also have Start Healthy Magazine. So basically, they're two really nice magazines. American Lifestyle, 48 pages long. The content inside is very general. It's recipes, design, leisure, art, travel, stuff like that. Nothing controversial, right? No politics, nothing like that. And then you're branded 6 times throughout this magazine. American Lifestyle Magazine, same exact idea, same branding, same amount of pages, 48 pages, just literally different content. So that way you have the option of 2 different types of magazines. Start Healthy is more like health and wellness and like fitness related articles. It's not in any way a fitness magazine. It's kind of like American Lifestyle, like the healthy version of it. But I do want to show you guys where you're actually customized, because that's the key. I don't want anyone to think like this is an ad in a magazine or anything. That is not what it is. There's actually no ads in this magazine. Again, what it is we'll brand you all over it to make it look like it's your magazine. And really the one thing I wanted to point out, the outside front cover, we'll put your picture and information, and then you actually get to choose your own cover. So I did just want to show you guys real quick. This is our holiday edition. If you wanted to do this instead of like your holiday card, that's what most people do. Just because if you receive, if you're on the other end and like last year you received like a lot of cards, and then if you receive something like this from someone it just stands out over the cards every single time. But I did want to show you guys how varied these covers are. We have generic and specific covers, so you can pick whichever fits, you and your database. And here's some of the Start Healthy ones. Same thing. Generic, specific, like Happy Hanukkah, and then, generic, we could do Happy Holidays, Winter Adventures, things like that. We can always put your picture and information on the cover. So I know this doesn't show it. We can always put your picture and information on there. The inside front cover, we'll put your picture and info, and there's a letter there. You can write a personal message on that letter down to each recipient. There's 2 tear out cards in the magazine, one in the front, one in the back. Choose like a recipe or a tip, and we brand you on the other side of those, and they can be torn out of the magazine. And then the back covers, inside and outside back covers, are basically blank pages. We can do anything we want, images, text, anything you guys want there. So if you want to do like just solds or listings, that works. A lot of my clients for the holidays will do like a family photo or like some type of holiday photo back there. We're going to help you do it either way. I don't want you guys to think you have to figure this out. This is something my marketing advisor literally does for you. You just like send them all the info and tell them what you're looking to do. Really what I want to get to is like, why is this working, right? So again, particularly on this edition, the reason that it works is we know you're going to send something to your A-list for the holidays no matter what. And again, most people do send the Hallmark cards. Again, I really do appreciate those cards when I get them. They just always end up on the mantle with all the other cards. And I've noticed like if people come over my house for the holidays, I've never seen anyone start to go through those cards and actually like look at them and start reading through them. So unfortunately, if my doctor sends me that card, nobody else really sees it. That's really why this is working so well, especially for this time of year, because when people receive the magazine from you, it's more of that gift. Again, instead of it just being a card, it's kind of like a card with 48 pages of content attached to it. So it's more of a gift, and it lands on the coffee table, and you're visible for 3 to 4 weeks is what we're getting the shelf life at. So you're there for about a month. You're there for those conversations that happen over the holidays, which are usually about people's life events, right? Who's getting married, who's got the job, who's pregnant. All of those always turn into real estate transactions in the new year. So now you're actually visible for those conversations. And then again, really, that's kind of the whole basic concept of it. Another thing, just real quick, just to let you guys know, our holiday deadline to guarantee delivery before Christmas is actually next week. It's actually next Wednesday. It really is Friday because we give a couple extra days, but really by next Wednesday, we would need everything from you guys. So having said that, our next edition goes right into the New Year mailer, which works just as good, sometimes even better, depending on where you're at. If you're in a spot where a lot of people are getting a ton of mail over the holidays, the New Year mailer is really nice because people do toss it out at the, toss things out at the end of the year. And then you could be like the first person in the home in January to set up the spring. But instead of fielding questions, again, just to kind of save you guys the time, I'm just going to go through the pricing with you real quick. And then that'll be the end of the presentation. If you have questions, you can like chat me directly because I know you guys got to do your meeting here. So I do appreciate the time, but I am just going to go over the pricing real quick. These are all discounted for you guys allowing me to do it. Basically, just to recap it and go over it, the activation fee, normally $300. For you guys, it's only $99. One-time payment, sets up the account, gets it to my marketing advisor. That's your assistant. They do it all for you. We also make sure nobody can mail it to the same addresses as you. The price per magazine, $3.99 a magazine, includes postage and printing and everything, customizations. We mail them for you, and we do that minimum of 50. And then what we're offering is a one-time trial. So that's kind of the cool part for you, is you guys could do it as a one-time mail out, no commitment. We do a new magazine every 2 months, but this would give you the ability to literally just do it as, again, a holiday or a New Year mailer, kind of see what feedback you get. And then after that, decide if it's something you actually want to put into your plan. So it's, and one thing I just want to point out, if you were a past client of ours and you're on here and you're thinking about just doing this as a holiday mailer or a New Year mailer, you don't have to repay that activation fee. So if you paid it at some point in the past, you're not going to have to pay that again. But bottom line, it's $99 up front. It's $200 when you print, when you're ready, and then it just goes out the one time so you can try it out. Let me kind of just back up and really just kind of field any questions or comments that you guys have for me.
Awesome, Ross. We appreciate it. Anybody have any questions? And then Ross, we'll put your contact info in the chat so that we can make sure people can get in touch with you. But does anybody have any questions? All right, Ross, we appreciate your partnership, man, and definitely put your info in the chat as well, if you don't mind, so that people can get in contact with you. And we appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. I'll hang on here for like a minute too. I'll take myself off and everything, but I'll just hang out in case anyone has any questions. You can chat me directly, but I'll put my info in there. And just real quick, we do an extra promotion. If anyone signs up today or tomorrow, you get 15 extra magazines. So I want to at least tell you that. But I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Vincent. Thanks, Tiffany, as well, for helping us set this up. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, man. We can't do what we do without great sponsors, so definitely reach out to Ross. Appreciate you, man. So, team, moving forward, we've talked a ton about kind of our vision, the culture that we have, and I'm just going to read because, again, we're pivoting given the internet, naturally, technology issues, the day of COVID in 2020, right? But I'm going to read it so that we can all remember it, right? Our market center vision, we believe in creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration. This inspires our people to achieve their business goals, to design their legacy worth leaving. And we have 7 core values that we always live by. And we, as a leadership team, as an ALC specifically too, we weigh everything to this vision, every decision, and these core values, right? Authenticity, trust, fun, kind, growth, collaboration, and family. And it's important to us. And one of the really cool things that I wanted to bring up, Joseph, myself, Tiffany, the whole leadership team, we were looking at some of the numbers, right? We were looking at the numbers of the market center.
Vince, we can't hear you.
Did everyone else lose Vince?
Yeah, Vince, I don't know what happened.
Did I push a button?
There he is. You press mute.
So appreciate it. So like I was saying, so did you hear what you heard the vision, all that good stuff, right? So the numbers of the market center, one of the things I want to talk about is the numbers of the market center. Joseph, myself, Tiffany, we were all looking at the numbers the other day in the leadership team, and we are impressed by the numbers that our agents have put up onto the board. And Joseph, jump in where you feel you have something to put in here. But I was looking at it, and a couple of the really big numbers that could have kind of stood out to me. Closed units in the month of October. And remember, we've gone through COVID. This is a fascinating thing. So far this year, not including October, we've been up 55% year over year. But in the month of October, our agents closed 79 units, right? Just our office, 79 units. The month prior, or rather, last in 2019, closed units, 28. 79 to 28. right? It's quite the increase month over month, which is an awesome thing. Something else that we noticed from a closed volume perspective, and why does closed volume matter, by the way? Nobody likes closed volume?
GCI.
GCI, right? The higher closed volume is, hopefully the higher GCI is going to be. In the month of October, we closed 32 million in GCI. 32 million. If I'm looking at the multi-year trends, I believe that's the most in a month our agents have ever closed, which is awesome. It's something to be super excited about. For the year, we
That's the
closed
most.
about,
That's Vince. That's the most by over 5 million in volume, by the way.
yeah, that's
So
a lot. That's a
definitely-
lot of volume.
Yeah.
A lot. You take it one step further, Joseph, you got that puts us at 173.9 million. 173,994,210 to be exact. That's the most the market center has ever closed, and we're not even done 2020. Right? That's an awesome statistic. That's so exciting. We go back to that vision, creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration. Well, looks like it's moving in the right direction. Start to see proof of that vision coming alive with $173.9 million of closed volume, and we're only through October. We're 10 months out of our 12th. A huge congratulations. Another one that I noticed that I thought was absolutely awesome was listings taken. Listings taken, we put up 16.6 million. I hear that the inventory is quite tight, right, in the market and really nationally. 16.6 million. Last year, in October of 2019, we took 6.1 million. 10 million more this year in 2020 in a really very different market. That puts us at about 123.6 million. That's second only to 2016, and we're not done the year. So we'll see that. That's exciting.
The interesting part about it too that we'll just need to keep an eye on is if you look at the number of listings taken, it was a good month. It was like, a top 10 month for units, but it's a top 5 month for volume. So we're taking higher price listings, which can be good as long as they're selling. So that's also, it's a good number. We're definitely getting the work in, and we got to make sure we kind of see what that trend tells us over time. And
I love that. And you're going to see these numbers, since we can't share our screens, you're going to see these numbers on our Facebook group, all that good stuff. We're going to make some graphics to really kind of celebrate this because this is exciting. I also wanted to talk to contracts written. In October of 2020, we wrote $30.8 million worth of business. Contracts written is our future income, right? 30.8 million. That makes for a pretty good December and Christmas holiday season, but that puts us at $215.3 million of written volume. 215 million. That's almost 20 million more than we have ever written. And we're only 10 months into the year. Another awesome statistic.
So again, the great news on that one is number of contracts written is really not even in the top 10, but the volume written is number 2 month-wise. So and let's just be honest, volume's what we're paid on, right? So that's good to know. That means we're upping our price point. So you're working for, you're not having to work as much for as much money.
100%. And another point to that, to then piggyback off of that, close GCI. We're all in business to fund the perfect life. In the month of October, we closed $836,431 of GCI. So large number. It's the most from a month standpoint our agents have ever closed. That's
almost $200,000.
Yeah, which is crazy.
200,000. Like we're $200,000 more than we've ever closed in GCI in 1 month.
It's impressive, and that puts us at 4.5 million. 4,573,228. What's cool about that is that we're 10 months into this. We've still got November and December, and we're about $400,000 in GCI away from the best month ever, or the best year ever in gross commission income. Why does that matter? It's your money. Gross commission income is your money, right? So back to that vision of creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration. It's exciting to start to see some of these numbers. And lastly, we talk about profit share. We've been pretty transparent about profit share in the past. And over the last 3 months, we have started sharing profit again, which is so cool because last month we shared $6,000, but in October we shared more than 10 grand. And that number is continuing to increase, which is so exciting. I know that you're going to hear from our growth committee chair, Winnie, and Winnie's going to share that she's put 7 people on her downline this year. She's been passionate about profit share, and she understands the future of profit share as well as the future benefit of creating income streams. That's that number, and it's starting to show up. So we should be happy about that. This is exciting stuff. It's unbelievable to start to see the hard work that everybody is pouring into their businesses, and it's starting to show up from the standpoint of results, even as we go through probably one of the most uncertain times in our history, give it 2020. So a huge congratulations to everybody. It's awesome. I want to go now into a couple of celebratory pieces. We had 2 individuals, and I know of a third that's about to cap, but we had 2
Vince.
individuals. Yes.
Vince, let me interrupt you real quick. Internet's back up if you want to hop on your laptop.
This is exciting. We're going to pull this up so that everybody can see my screen. Holy smokes. Comcast. Give me 2 seconds.
Joseph, you want to tell any jokes while we wait? Oh, everybody laughed. That was good.
that was funny. Oh.
Thank you. I'm here for comedy hour. Vince, I can share my screen too if that's easier.
I'll tell a quick joke. This is my daughter's favorite joke. How do you make a tissue dance?
Oh.
You put a boogie in it. That's all I got.
I literally just laughed out loud. Thank you.
All right, my computer doesn't want to help me. So, Tiffany, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, let me get there. Oh, wrong button. This button.
Nice.
All right.
Woo! So, cappers, which is exciting. Let's go to them. Who capped last month? Sarah Wakecaster and Lexi Gladman, a huge congratulations. That is awesome. A quick shout out to both of these individuals. I know Sarah had one of the hardest deals she's ever worked through, continued to be persistent and crushed it and got it closed for her client. So a huge congratulations there. And I know that Lexi had the best month that she's ever had in her entire real estate career in closing. I think it was 1.7 million. And that capped her. So a huge congratulations to them. That's such a fun accomplishment. Just amazing. And I know also, I might be speaking out of turn, but there's somebody else that may be on here that is in the process. I think he just turned in his last check to cap. It's either this one or his next closing that's already under contract. Jurgen Wagner, who's about to cap today. So a huge congratulations to him. And oh, by the way, I think he joined the family in June, and it was an awesome story because he didn't have anything under contract. and he capped on that 2.5 million, 2.7 million in the last 4 or 5 months. So a huge congratulations to you, Jurgen. Way to go, man.
That's awesome.
It is. It's just so cool. So first closings with us. Who was it? Mia, Scott, and is that Clay? Yes, I think it is. So a huge congratulations to these individuals. This is awesome. Next, and welcome to the family. I'm not going to read them all, but if you see them in the halls or you see them on the Zooms, say hello. And then I just saw popped up Winnie Rogers. She crushed it. So I'm sure she's gonna talk real quick on the growth committee, and we're gonna fly through that stuff because we have an awesome guest, Adam, and given some of the technology issues, we had to adapt. But Winnie was featured on Tech Command on Take Command Tuesday. I think this was like 2 weeks ago, sharing her pipeline and sharing the way that she's using Command to build her downline. So if you want to hear about that, go to the 21st Profit Share Day and to the Growth Committee meetings, because she is doing some amazing things to help grow Profit Share, her passive income. So the 21st of every month, dial into that. That's on the calendar. Next, birthdays. Nobody wants to hear me sing, but happy birthday to all of these individuals. Make this year the best one yet. PC. Is Krista on here?
Yes, I am.
So real quick, Adrian, she's doing awesome. Little baby Preston's, right?
Parsons.
Parsons is doing great. The family's doing awesome. Parsons. it's a good job. He's doing awesome. And but Krista, give us a little update on PC real quick.
PC's crushing it. We're super excited that everybody is kind of jumping into production and doing such a great job. I have to give a shout out to Allison Allen. Not sure if she's on here, but she just ratified a contract, $1.3 million. So we are super duper excited for her. And then Lauren Cox, I'm going to have to give a shout out to her as well. I don't believe she's on this because she's traveling, but she just put up her first listing yesterday, and she's only been in the business for 3 weeks. So super excited for them, and everybody else is just killing it. So good job, PC.
Yeah, keep crushing it. What else we got? All right, Jay, give us the once over real fast. What do we have going on in technology?
So I wanted to just share really quickly. You may have seen a couple updates roll out in Command. That is the first in a wave of updates that will be coming out over the next several weeks. I hope you've also noticed that a lot of the glitches that we were experiencing, particularly with tags and contacts, most of those have been resolved. If you encounter issues with those, please let me know. You'll also see, those of you who have an admin or are on a team, you will see some updates to team contacts and individual contacts. That's a huge update that we have been really pushing for quite a while. So if you have questions about that or are wanting to see more about that, let me know. Also hop in. I know it's Thursday, so we got a week to wait, but next Wednesday at Tech, What the Tech, you can hop in. We'll talk about it. But that's kind of really what's going on. Like I said, it's the first in a wave of updates that are going to be happening over the next several weeks. So a lot of new and exciting things are coming. And, the biggest thing I will say is that previously, I think KWRI was really focused on giving you new and shiny tools, and had kind of lost the focus of making sure that those new and shiny tools were actually going to work. And now they've really shifted to making sure that everything's working at a really high level before they roll any new shiny tools out. So I think that that's one of the really most important parts to take away from this. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. What the Tech?
Boom. I love it. Broker Minute. Joseph, give it to us. What do we got?
Honestly, just really the big thing now is communication. We're seeing a lot of communication between agents kind of breaking down. So nothing out of the ordinary, not a lot in this office, to be honest with you, which is great. But just keep in mind that if you do have any sort of communication that's not in the contract or any sort of communication with your client, it's always good to get in the habit when there are points made, or even if something as small as saying, hey, you know, we're going to be moving out on the 17th, is that you follow up that phone call with an email. They just want to confirm our conversation that, you know, you guys, the movers are coming at X. So really nothing too exciting other than just, you know, make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because we are just always prepare. Like I said before, always prepare for when the judge looks at what happened. And that way you could just say, hey, you know, we followed up, this sort of thing. But otherwise, you guys are busy. You guys are busy. You're writing great contracts. You're having great questions, and keep it up. Let me know what I can do to help.
Love it. We are thankful for you. Appreciate you. So with the what we got, the social committee, real quick, is Michael on here?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, there he is. So we're probably, I know that we had a fun little ALC lunch yesterday, and there's a lot going on. Do we want to go through each committee, or do we want to talk about just as a whole what's going on from an ALC perspective with our social and education space?
I say we talk as a whole, because Tiffany, don't you have the?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, there's a flyer.
So go to the flyer, and then we'll get to you, Winnie.
Okay, so go to the flyer first. Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to talk about this?
This is awesome.
So what you'll see here is a big project that your ALC worked on. We took them to lunch yesterday, and we did a draft. And so we went one line by line of picking teams. And so these are going to be your teams. You'll be reaching out to them. So look for your name. They're in alphabetical order by first name for each team. So these are going to be your teams. And what we are going to be doing is a Thanksgiving food drive. We know we can't necessarily gather quite like we did in the past. And so we are going to be doing a food drive based on weight. One thing you'll be seeing is there are some married couple here that are not on the same team. I'm looking at you, Joseph Klosik and Art LeBlanc. Like we got some team competition where we've broken some people up in some cool little ways. And so there are prizes and there are weigh-ins. So we are going to do our first weigh-in tomorrow at, I don't know what time, but we're going to do our first weigh-in tomorrow. So if you have any canned goods that you want to bring or non-perishables, bring them to the office. Your team has a table set up in the training room, and you'll see their name on it. And you can just put it there, and we'll be weighing and keeping track of who's in the lead, so we can kind of spark some competition as the time goes on. The next weigh-in is going to be next Friday, the 13th, and then the next Thursday on the 19th, 18th, 19th. I have to verify that date. We're going to be doing, it's a Thursday that last week, because we don't want to do anything too close on a Friday that close to Thanksgiving, but we're going to be doing a happy hour gathering, final weigh-in, see who wins. And then we're going to be distributing all these canned goods and non-perishables to the the blessing boxes that we did at Red Day. We are creating some rules, and I'll let the ALC members speak to each of this afterwards. All items must be under 5 pounds. So I'm looking at you, Denise. You can't just go out and buy a 50-pound bag of rice and think you're going to win. Like, we got to actually be able to fit it in the boxes for people to take home and be productive in their families. And so each item has to be under 5 pounds so that we can distribute as much as we can to as many different locations. So does anybody else want to speak to that? Any questions we may have? Any ALC members want to speak?
You're gonna get more correspondence from your team leader, so to speak, and from your ALC member, because this is gonna be a fun competition. And I know that the ALC members,
because we're gonna win.
Yeah, see, we're quite competitive.
Let's not get that far ahead of ourselves here.
Whoever chose time.
Now.
So be ready, because this is going to be a fun kind of event that we're doing. It's also going to give back to the community at a really high level. So keep an eye out for some emails and correspondence.
Can I announce the prize?
Yeah, go ahead.
So there is a prize. So the winning team, the whole team, like every single, that's like 31 people, the whole team is going to get $10 off their AR bill in November for the winner of this. So that goes to anybody and everybody. We're going that. And then we're also looking at additional prizes and participation and celebration as we head into the new year. Is a food truck involved? Maybe. It's going to be about food, because we're all about that. So just be looking out. We want everybody to participate as best we can. We really want the theme of this holiday season to be giving back to our local communities and also to our people. So if you have any need, our ALC has stressed to me over and over and over again, we want to be able to fill that need because we know 2020 has been a very crazy year, and we want to be able to help as many people, and we want to take care of our people before we go out and keep helping others outside of us if we're burning on the inside. So we're here to help. We want to help you, and we care about you. So thanks much.
I love it.
I have one thing. There's a little note. Cassie says she doesn't see her name, but I know that
we'll make sure everybody's on there. Everybody was picked yesterday.
Yeah.
And maybe
yes,
maybe
I
they
probably
put
did it
them
too
on.
quick yesterday.
Cassie, we
if
got
don't
you.
see your
Everybody
name-
was picked.
If you don't see your name, you weren't forgotten. I guarantee you were picked. We might have overlooked it as we were creating the flyer, but so heads up for correspondence. This is gonna be fun though. What do we got next? Because I want to get to our guest. Oh, what's coming up? Go through that. Oh, and Winnie.
You want to do this first?
Yeah, tell us about what do we got with YP, Winnie?
Hey guys, I'll be super fast. Hopefully you can hear me. We are really, really excited about the rest of our year's event. So on November 11th, we have business planning clinic. We actually have an accountant, John Mitchell, a financial planner, Lenny Fly, and the incomparable, our broker, Joseph, is going to be leading a business planning clinic. One of the things about this is that it's hyper-focused because it's a small group of people. So if you are 40 or under, and if you would like to try this event out, just shoot any of us a message. And also December 11th, that's our holiday party. And I did want to post a little cute picture of all of us looking super fly at the Savannah launch party. It was so much fun. And it's always good to, hang out with other YP members. It's a huge way to get referrals. And to build your business and to build your vision. So, and of course we are seeking board members too. So wanted to just let you guys know, if you're interested in joining, let us know.
Love it. So much fun. A lot of big things coming in YP. That is the next generation of leaders, as they say in KW. And it's a great group to get involved in. We got some events coming up. Why don't you run through those, T? And
Okay. I can run. I'll go real quick. Okay, so what's coming up today? DocuSign 101 at 1 o'clock. Bold starts at 2, so if you're involved in that. And PC Got a Minute. So those are happening Monday through Thursday. If you have questions and you're in the productivity coaching program, that is going to be the time you have Krista's her full attention. So definitely check out that time. We have market stats with Anton tomorrow. So if you're wondering what's happening in the market and what's going on, that's just going to give you a great generalized overview, and he's just really smart. So you should probably go to that to learn how to be the expert in your market with the numbers. Next week, there's a lot of things happening next week. So the big stuff we've got is Equity in the Low Country happening on Tuesday. We got some CES masterminds. We've got Reinventing Real Estate. If I forgot that, Vince was going to correct me anyway. So we got that coming next Wednesday. So make sure you're there at 1 o'clock. And then Thursday, we got some more Compliance in Command with Jay. So that's important. Joseph and I care about that a lot. So you should probably go to that if you want to get paid fast. And some other awesome things. So definitely check this out. There will be in your recap email that Kirsten's going to send out by the end of the day. So it'll have all your information.
I love it. All right. And yeah, check out the recap email for, I know we went real fast because I wanted to get to this guy, Adam Sellers. What he's done in his first year of real estate is pretty remarkable. He shot us a little bit of info about what he did, but I know that he's written just shy of 4 million this year in 2020. Everybody remembers we've gone through a pandemic, probably one of the most uncertain times, and this guy did it as a dual career agent. He also leveraged command at a ridiculously high level, and I'm sure Adam will tell us a little bit more about it, but I think, if I remember correctly, he's generated more than on only a $1,300 spend or something along those lines, more than 400 plus leads, and has already closed about 30,000 of GCI from it. So good, not a bad ROI. So Adam, why don't you pop on? Let's stop sharing the screen.
Hey, how are y'all?
There you are, man. Nice.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for your time and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for letting me come in and join in. Command has been one of the things that I've kind of leaned into since I started a year ago. Knowing my wife is the regional operations manager for North and South Carolina, it kind of made sense for me to do. And my background kind of comes from, I was in worked at Verizon Wireless from 18 to 26, and then became a computer application programmer. So my other career right now is I build Epic. So I kind of do that on as a contractor at a big hospital system here, along with being a real estate agent. And it just drove me to get into real estate because I missed sales. And then the IT life obviously made it a little simpler. But Command is a very basic application that I fell in love with because I didn't have a big sphere of influence when I first started in real estate. Not a large database. I said, where am I going to find the conversation? So I really used Command to help create my conversations and make my calls daily. And the first thing was Bold. I took Bold last November, and sitting in that class and you're watching people call their friends and family, and I'm like, well, how can I do the same thing? So I'm calling friends and family. Then I was like, wait, I know how I can get 40 contacts. Why don't I do a drip campaign in Facebook with a listing? Because like Millionaire Real Estate that Joseph taught me, listings get you your leads and your leverage. So that's where I started doing Facebook ads and campaigns, and really found out that like you said, I spent about $1,300 since last year, gotten over 480 leads from it, closed 4 deals in the past year, and have more in the pipeline as well right now. So I have about another 300,000 to 400,000 in my pipeline today. So that's a little bit about me, and kind of why Command.
That's epic, man, and congratulations. To do it in your first year, and you also just brought, I think, a new baby into the family and into the world, little Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston's right. Actually, probably can hear me right here.
Oh.
This is the
well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, hanging in there in the class, and he's hanging in with us on in all my calls. So Austin's working, but yeah, balancing a new baby, 8-week-old, have a 2-year-old. Time block.
And a dual career. I mean, what has been essential in that time block, and how do you still have flexibility while creating structure with time block? Like what's been essential in that for you?
The 8 a.m. calls to start my day off, right? I jumped on James Shaw's shift 8 a.m. call. That was monumental for me this past year, and staying in the business and really motivating me. I still do it with Raleigh and still jump on James's occasionally. And that's been one of the bigger drivers to starting my day, is really getting that mindset and getting into the day.
Love it. 100%. So you talk about, you put up some serious statistics so far. What's been kind of one of the biggest challenges for you as you've grown this business? You're new into the industry, right? At times you don't even know what you don't know. What's been essential for you in overcoming some of these challenges, and what were they?
Leaning in, and like I said, the 8 a.m. calls were the biggest ones. Challenges, obviously with any new agent, learning contracts, that was my first one, getting good at that, and then negotiating and having conversations, and then overcoming objections was another one. But you hit that ceiling. So some of that's natural talent that I've gotten lucky to be in the right place to get in the way of the business. So one of the conversations I always heard from James Shaw was, I don't do my paperwork anymore. So I got a transaction coordinator really quickly in July. And that was one of the biggest challenges to learn, is to step away from that and getting into the transaction coordinator life. And now I love that. I really focus on my business and I don't do paperwork anymore. That was the biggest challenge that I had to learn how to step away from.
So you hear that a lot from agents. I mean, we're all drivers. Everybody thinks they do it best, right? And that customer service piece is our bread and butter, because without the customer service, we're not going to get more deals. First off, how did you identify that you needed a transaction coordinator? And then how did you kind of get yourself to a place where you were okay maybe getting 80% of the result that you would typically put up on the board, and really dive in and lean into that transaction coordinator, get your time back?
Yeah, I mean, I just realized how much I was doing, like learning it and wanting to hold on to it and filling out the paperwork and doing all the things and making all the setting up all the appointments and having to, manage it. When I did the first transaction with that, I was like, holy crap, I could have been doing this a year ago. When the first day I started, like, it was like, whoa, I learned how much more time I could do other things. And then I leaned into my opportunities checklist. That's where I went next. So I know you said you had someone on your team that was crushing opportunities and was featured on the Tuesday Command. I want to see her checklist for South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I can always use that. But yeah, using my checklist and opportunities to really remind myself and create those tasks, because we wish we could remember all the things right. But if we have a system in place, which is an opportunities checklist, there you go. You got your setup, and then using models from other people, it really makes it to where it's systematized to helping you find more time to generate leads and make the phone calls.
100%. So I love that you moved into Command and how you've been leveraging Command. What are the top applets, so to speak, within Command that you've been leveraging at a really high level to help create more leads, to help create those systems, maybe to communicate more? What are you really using Command for?
Opportunities is obviously the first one, commissions, but designs. I am not a design person. I'm not a marketing person. I will tell everyone tomorrow, but replacing the DBA logo and adding co-FFA and putting it on Facebook with a little bit of a write-up takes about 8 minutes. And I absolutely look like a design genius some days. Open house flyers, it's once you create the templates and the base templates, it's literally just going to KWLS, replacing the photo and changing the words and go to the next one. Those have been the two biggest ones. And then obviously Twilio has been my huge friend. Twilio is integrated, if you don't know, it's an SMS app within Command. So one of my favorite things is holidays with Twilio. So I've got it now to where I don't even have to do anything for holidays. I literally send out mass text to everyone in my database without doing anything. I've already pre-written the text. I've created the smart plan, and guess what? For their birthday, they get an email, or a text and an email. For Halloween, you get a big, nice little, hey, happy Halloween. Hope you're having a great day. Christmas, Thanksgiving. I've got them all set up. Their anniversaries for their home anniversaries, and those have been the really big leveraging things that have helped me to I even get text back and I'm like, oh man, I forgot I had that set up. Sweet, happy birthday. And it makes me realize I have to make that phone call. So.
Yeah, you talked about the time blocking earlier too, and again, as real estate agents, sometimes we overlook the time it takes to create a system and then the time we get back by spending that time to create that system. Do you time block for that, for working on those systems and putting people on smart plans? What does that all look like, and how much time did you actually, or per week, do you kind of spend doing that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll give you a good example. KW Outfront just came out in the magazine with the 30 days of social media. I took that and time blocked for an hour and 15 minutes from 11 to 12 o'clock today, or 11 till our call. And so that's what I did. And now I have 30 posts already pre-generated, set up in Facebook, set up matching all the little tips and hints that KW Outfront gave me. And I'm done for the month of November. Now, obviously, as I do my open houses and I do my for sales and those little small things, I'll still post. But from a general perspective, I don't have to technically do any more social media work for the month.
Wow, so you've already gone in, you time blocked at the beginning of the month to post everything, pretty much 30 posts you said. So every day you're going to have a post, and you didn't even create those posts. You just pulled them from designs, edited them, and called it a day.
Yeah. And feel free to check out my business page if you want. It's Adam Sellers with Keller Williams Select, for ideas on those and seeing them how they roll out. But yep, and all I do is share them across to my personal, share them across to Instagram, and that keeps me relevant. People, that's the biggest feedback that I get from people when they walk up to me. They go, "Oh my God, you're so busy!" And the first thing out of my mouth is, "Absolutely. Is there anyone that you know that's willing?" Of course I'm busy, and it keeps you at the front of people thinking you're busy, whether you're not, or you haven't done a transaction in 4 months. I mean, as long as you look like you're doing 50, it only takes that opportunity to create more opportunities for yourself.
100%. Yeah, I love that. And talk to me about, so we all know we've got, and I'm sure you've seen it, you've got lead gen, follow-up, and transaction management. That right there is the real estate life cycle, right? And
thanks, Joseph.
Yeah, exactly. Joseph has talked a lot about that. Thank goodness he's so smart. But talk to me about, how do you do that? What are some of the things that you're doing? You talked about campaigns a little bit, and you talked about the Facebook leads. So there's your lead gen space. one of the things we hear a lot about Facebook ads and Facebook leads is that they're top of the funnel, and follow-up is going to be absolutely instrumental in converting those leads. Talk us through, one, how are you getting the leads and how are you creating the leads? And then two, what are you doing to follow up with those leads with frequency and intensity so that you can convert them into money?
Sure. The best one's listings. I get more hits on Facebook with listings. So taking someone else's, for example, and I post in the office, hey, anybody got a listing that they feel is cold or old or dying or needs help getting, and it's been on the days on markets a little longer than it should be, or even if it's a brand new one, I'm asking for them. If I don't have any currently, as this market is so white hot, you run out pretty quickly, using other people's. And then the next thing I do is create the 3-day campaign. I spend $30, so $10 a day, 10-day campaign with $3 a day. So it's 30 bucks. Sorry, so 10-day campaign, $3 a day, right in Facebook.
So a total budget of 30 bucks.
Yeah, 30 bucks. That's it. Try it out. You'll be amazed. Your mind will blow away when it happens. Especially in Charleston, because I would live there tomorrow and you may get a hit from me. So once you put the drip in and set the location of Charleston, and or maybe it's even a reload location where you want to put it, you'll get your leads in. And then I use Nick Baldwin's Facebook campaign. It's simple. It's already dropped out for you. I'm working off his success. I haven't changed a word in it. And it literally, so that's my next thing. So that's where Twilio being integrated into your follow-up so that you can send out those texts and emails and build out that smart plan, which you can now download for free, quick, easy, right from the smart plan library without doing anything. And then the next thing is the follow-up. So I'll let those drips happen. And then in between the smart plan, I follow up where the smart plan tells me to follow up. And I make a phone call when I feel like it's white hot. If it's somebody that's like, I'm looking to buy tomorrow, I'm picking up the phone. If it's somebody that's, working on it, I'm sending them text and setting up an appointment and getting the appointment to go do the consultation.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of what you're kind of mentioning has nothing to do with recreating the wheel. You are doing the old R&D. You are ripping off and duplicating and making it yours, which is what this culture of collaboration is all about, right? And what KW is all about. And I hear a lot, and they actually talk about it in the MREA, right? That myth understanding of it's not going to work in my market. You're talking about, you're in Charlotte, right?
Yep.
You're talking about using a smart plan that was designed by an individual that's up in Michigan, I believe, as well as I think he uses it in New Jersey too. And it works for you there in Charlotte.
Yep. Yeah.
You haven't changed it at all.
I haven't changed a word. I do exactly what his stuff is. And, the only other thing I do that modifies it is the follow-up task. So if I make a phone call, I'm making sure that I've made a habit out of every time I have a conversation with someone, a note goes in their contact or a task is created. I challenged myself on a 66-day challenge that every time I talk to someone, they either got a contact in my database or they got update as their contact, they got a note or a task follow-up.
Wow. What other systems have you implemented to follow up with your database and convert those Facebook leads?
That's it. I mean, that's the system. I mean, it's that simple. It's not hard. It's not complicated. It's literally use that smart plan that Nick built, put a listing out there and go to work and have conversations. Don't be discouraged, because I'll promise you, I've had 69,000 impressions over the past year, like different people that have seen my stuff. 480 leads that I've converted. So I've converted 1%. So I've had a lot of conversations too, but I've had a lot of rejection and I've had a lot of stops in my text messages. I won't lie to you and tell you that it's pretty and easy and you won't get people that I've even been sweared at. But I don't let that faze me. And I just archive that opportunity and continue to move forward till I find the right things. Because some people don't update their numbers correctly. You might get a wrong number. But it's really helped me have conversation and feel more confident every call that I make.
And how many nurtures do you think you have? You've closed 4. How many nurtures do you have right now?
I have 6 and an appointment tomorrow.
Wow. So there might be a chance that you close 10 just from the 400 and 500 leads that you've already created.
Yep.
So that would be 2%.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
hopefully
a
next
cost
year
per
I'll
lead
increase
of
it.
less than $3.
Yeah, $2.74 is what I'm spending per lead. I can guarantee you'll spend way more on Boomtown or any other third-party application to do that.
100%. Man, I love it. What words of advice, and I don't want to waste your time. I know we got a little, we got started a couple of minutes late. Have you ever heard of technology? Gotta love it. So what words of advice would you leave everybody with? Because you just crushed it, man. You should be proud.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate that. And I thank you for letting me come on this call and even talk. It's amazing to be able to tell agents about what I've done. And I can't believe it's happening to me. I'm super blessed that I've had such a great year. I say just lean in on Command. Don't be afraid of it. It's such a great tool. I mean, it's free. $15 a month is what we're paying for this application. People pay millions of dollars for stuff like this. And if you get stuck, just walk away for a minute and come back. It'll work. And I swear to you, if you take leads, you'll turn them into listings and leverage, and you can follow the MREA model to a T with it, and you'll absolutely fall in love with it.
I love it, man. That is awesome. How can everybody find you? If we have somebody that wants to buy, sell, or invest up in Charlotte, how can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. Obviously at Facebook, I'll put my Facebook link down in there, Adam Sellers with Keller Williams Select. You can also go and find me under the referral search in the referrals tab under Command. I'd love that because I always like referral requests to come through there too, so that I can update you there. And then, I can give you my number as well.
I love it.
And if I'm in Charleston, who can I call first for a rental?
There you go. Who's putting their hand up? I love it.
I absolutely love Charleston, and
you go ahead and move down here. We'll get you into a decent market center. Probably the
And just to be clear, Mark Brenneman, we are not recruiting the sellers away from Charlotte.
Of course we are not.
Yes, they are.
No, we're not. Well, Adam, this has been awesome. What you've done over the last year, like I said, just been so cool. Thank you so much for taking your time in that cute little Houston to share what you've done to create more than $100,000 in GCI, 490 leads, already 4 closings with a potential of 10. I mean, it's so cool how you've just leaned into Command. Sure, it has its shortcomings, and at the same time, when you just do what you said, step away for a second, take a breath, it'll work, and continue to lean in. It's amazing what you can create in a year. So a huge congratulations to you. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. Adam, again, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Tell Austin we said hello.
Absolutely.
She's awesome.
Thank you again for allowing me to come.
We appreciate it. When you're down here, let us know. All right, team. Thank you, everybody, for dialing in. Thanks for bearing with us as we went through some tech issues. We love you. If you need anything, call us, text us. Let's crush it.
Bye.